Vegan Bays, it is time for the it is time to go over the fat loss and curves cheat sheet, all right? So I'm going to state this right up front. If you're able to understand and stick to the structure of eating, you're going to get the best results you've ever seen in your life. If you're able to apply and to really understand the concept behind this, all right? So our goal is to make this new way of eating an actual lifestyle change, all right? This isn't a way of eating that you will do just to receive some quick results and then go back to a previous way of eating. This is a strategy that you can sustain that may work for your schedule over time. Now, if you don't necessarily prefer to fast throughout a period of the day, if you prefer to have, breakfast or whatever it may be, we have other strategies for that. But we found, based on all of the clients we've worked with and ourselves, first and foremost, that this is probably the most effective and sustainable approach when it comes to dieting for your body goals and then maintaining your body goals afterwards, all right? It's just a reliable way that you can consistently enjoy your food while also knowing that you're sticking within the range of calories you need to eat to maintain and receive some really good benefits as far as the fat loss is concerned. So let's get right into it. So plan overview. Starting the day off, you're going to be fasting in the morning, and you're going to have 2 to 4 cups of coffee or tea. All right. If you don't necessarily like coffee, you don't consume caffeine, you can have hot tea, whatever you prefer. But you're going to do this because it has a satiating effect, and it helps you to get over those urges of food that you are tempted to have when you wake up and eat in the morning. One, because a lot of the times we're really not hungry when we think we are. We're usually just pretty thirsty. So even before the morning coffee or tea, make sure that you have 16 to 32 ounces of water. Specifically, as soon as you get out of the bed, all right? As soon as you wake up, knock down that 16 to 32 ounces. I would even suggest having it by your bed. I'm trying to see. I had some bottles of water over here. I think I drunk them. I would suggest even having it next to your nightstand. All right, if you have a bottle of water, or if you have like a cup like this, fill it up so that way there's no excuses. Remove all the friction of having to go get some water, fill it up. Like as soon as you wake up, knock it back, then get on to the next thing. All right, so um, eat your first lunch at eat your first meal at lunchtime. So in between, anywhere between 5 to 8 hours after waking up. So let's just say you wake up at 7 a.m. All right, then you'll have your first lunch at 12 or 1, whichever you prefer, whichever one that you can stick to. That'll be the first time that you have that your first meal. All right, and then you're gonna have a bigger meal around dinner time. So roughly 5 to 6 hours after that first lunch. So if you have if you have your lunch at 12 p.m. or 1 p.m., then you will have that dinner at 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. All right. Then after that, not after that, actually, in addition to that, you're going to have 2 servings of fruit or veggies as your secret weapon snacks. And we call them the secret weapon scraps, the secret weapon snacks, because you want to utilize these snacks when you need them. All right, don't just have them just to have them, or just because the plan says have them. Have them when you feel that craving coming in, or you feel yourself getting a little bit hungry in between your meals, or even prior to your meals. Because remember, this is not about strict and hard rules. All right, this is about finding something that you can sustain. And why do I bring that up? A lot of the times when people are first starting fasting, they say, okay, I like the idea, I like the concept behind it, but I don't necessarily want to wait until 1 p.m., 12 p.m., 2 p.m. to have something, to eat something. I prefer to have something prior to that. Let me close the door. Sorry about that. Let's see. I prefer to have something prior to that. All right. My first actual meal can be at 1 or 2 or 12, but can I have something, a little snack before that? And the answer is yes. Like, this is actually what I do. Although I intermittent fast, there's certain days when I don't want to wait until 1 p.m. to have something to eat because I'm getting a little bit hungry. And I know that I prefer to have a little snack as opposed to feel myself getting super hungry and then set myself up for overeating my calories when I do actually eat. So if you feel yourself getting hungry before it's time to have that first meal of the day, then go ahead and have that fruit. Now, what do I recommend when it comes to fruit? I usually say melon, just because melon is really high in volume as far as the amount of food that you can actually eat. It's a lot for a very minimal amount of calories, meaning you'll get full. 1 second, let me pause. All right, just had to go turn off that heat. I didn't want it to take over the volume so you all couldn't be able to hear me. But I believe I left off saying that I also enjoy eating sometimes when before my fast is actually over. So, for example, if I'm going to break my fast at 1 p.m., then I'll prior to that, if I see myself getting hungry, I'll go ahead and have some melon or whatever it may be. And melon, obviously, just due to the fact that it's very high in water content, which means that it's a lot more. It helps you stay full, very minimal calories. So that's a great option. It could be any melon. That can be cantaloupe, that can be honeydew, watermelon, whatever you prefer. Even some of the more exotic melons, I guess there's quite a few. You're never running out of options. So definitely recommend that. Now you can have that. Let's just say your fast breaks at 1 p.m., but you see yourself getting hungry at 10 p.m. Then I would suggest go ahead and have 100, 150 grams of melon, which isn't even 100 calories or close to it. So use your snacks as your secret weapons. All right, use them, don't abuse them. Have them when you feel yourself getting hungry. You're like, okay, well, I need something right now. All right. So keep that in mind. Even if you do want to have your first meal at 1 p.m., but you just want to have that snack at like 10. You're waking up at 5 in the morning. You want to have that first snack around 9 p.m. or 9 a.m., should I say. Go ahead and have that melon, that fruit, whatever that may be. All right. That's going to help you stick with the overall plan and the structure. Have that because the thing is, it's not about the actual times that you eat. The times are more so about structure so that you don't overeat and so that you can have something that you do consistently and have something to look at, a framework, all right? That's going to keep you on track. That's going to help you build a consistent pattern. Your body will start to adjust to that pattern. Your body will start to expect to have foods at certain times and not want foods at other times. So it's about building that behavior, changing the way we're thinking about food, removing that mind frame of just eating whenever you want to eat and building a more sustainable approach of eating at the specific time you should be eating, just so that you can keep a consistent plan of action. All right. So that's that. So use your snacks as your secret weapon. And you can have those before your first meal, in between your first and second meal, or after your last meal. All right. So either way, whenever you feel yourself getting hungry, have that melon. All right. So the first meal, the smaller meal, I'm gonna go ahead and read this for you all. This meal should be around 3 calories per pound of your goal body weight. So typically anywhere between 4 to 600 calories. Definitely shoot for that range right there, 4 to 600 calories. You can have something really tasty with 4 to 600 calories. What we recommend is burrito bowls. Again, they're just very filling, right? Easy to make. You can pack them ahead of time. You can meal prep them for, on Sunday. Um, it's just a very consistent, easy to make meal that you can have week after week, and it doesn't feel like you're dieting, right? I go to Chipotle. I don't really go to Chipotle anymore. I make my own burrito bowls, but I used to always go to Chipotle and grab that burrito bowl, and I would be good. And it wasn't even for the fact of it being healthy necessarily, although that was a benefit of it. I just really enjoy burrito bowls. Like it just tastes really good to me. So to be able to have them every day, basically for lunch, and then we give you the framework of like what you can include inside the virtual kitchen. So just head over to the virtual kitchen section. You'll be able to see some examples or some actual meals, burrito bowl style meals. They can be potato bowls, sweet potato bowls, all different kinds. We have lots of options. So feel free to play around with those. And then that last meal, it'll end up being roughly around 7 calories per pound of your goal body weight. So let's just say, for example, usually that's anywhere between 800 to 1,000 calories, right? Let's just stick with that. Um, this meal can vary, right? So this can be a pasta dish. This can be, tacos. This can be whatever it really that you want to have, Um, Again, check the virtual kitchen out for different meals that we have in there. Play around with some options, see what you like best, but make sure that you're staying within that calorie range. You don't want to go over your calories. You want to stay within that range, have fun with your options, but make sure that you prioritize the daily calories, which is the overall goal. That's going to help you lose weight. All right. And I would say just some just some advice. Don't try to have different meals every single day. All right. If your goal is fat loss, if your goal is I need to lose this amount of weight, right? Don't try to switch it up too much because that brings in too many extra variables. Then you're going to be cooking every single day. Your attention is going to be more so focused on trying to make different meals all the time as opposed to focused on the actual goal, which is weight loss and fat loss and body composition changing, right? So put more energy and attention into your routine meals, prep ahead of time. Try to have more of a plan structure for that fashion, right? On Sunday maybe, or you know, every Sunday and every Thursday, you prepping twice a week. Have those consistent meals, prep them, get them good to go, and just eat them. All right, change that mindset. Although we do love to give you all variety, change that mindset of you know throughout the work week. I'm just gonna have these consistent meals. I'm gonna do another. Well, actually, do we have a video? If we don't have a video on it already, I'm gonna make another video talking about this concept. But Monday through Friday, treat that the same way that you treat your work, right? I'm doing this for a specific outcome. Don't focus so much on switching it up every single day. Monday through Friday, those routine meals that you know that's going to help you hit your calories, that taste good, and get the job done. On your weekends or whatever your off days are, that's when you can experiment with the different foods you see inside the virtual kitchen. And this is just the approach if your goal is actual fat loss and you're like, goal oriented. You're more so focused on a body composition as opposed to just trying different meals and things. Um, so on the weekends when you can experiment, have those pancakes, have the French toast, or the fancy meals, the fancy recipes and such that you see us make. But keep in mind that the overall goal is to help you get to actual results. Don't get lost in the sauce, literally. So that's the overall structure of that. Now, in order to find your actual macros and such, I'll just touch on that quickly. The most important thing to keep in mind is that calories matter the most. All right? As long as you're in your calorie deficit, you're going to get results. And if you're not seeing results from being in a calorie deficit, that means you're not in a calorie deficit. That means that you're over consuming the amount of calories that you need. So if you need us to create a customized meal plan for you, then go ahead and click on that option. It should be on this page if you scroll down. But other than that, you need to make sure that you're prioritizing the amount of calories you need to be consuming to lose fat. If you're not losing fat, if you're not losing weight, you're not in a calorie deficit. Next, after your calories, the most important thing is your protein. The protein is important due to the fact that it's going to help you build muscle, maintain your muscle while you're losing weight, because as you lose weight, you're not just losing fat. It's a combination of, everything in your body, right? Weight accounts for everything that's inside of you. Your fats, your muscle, organs, water, that's what weight is, right? Fat loss is specifically that. So in order to prioritize fat loss, you want to keep your protein high so that you're not putting yourself at risk for fat loss, or I'm sorry, for muscle loss. You don't want to lose muscle while you're trying to lose fat, all right? So protein is next in line when it comes to the order of importance. After that, there's an essential amount of fats that you need to take in, which is at minimum 25 grams daily. I will recommend. I will go a little bit higher than that, maybe 35, and then fill the rest up with your carbs. All right. So keep in mind, carbs are not bad. You want to prioritize the right type of carbs. You don't want to take in a whole bunch of carbs from processed foods necessarily. Your protein, yeah, that can be a little bit more processed because it's gonna help you get in more protein easier. That's why we recommend like the seitan and the tempeh, tofu, things like that. They're not bad. They help you get in more protein as long as you prioritize eating the correct amount of vegetables, your leafy greens, all of those things, as long as you're hitting your daily micronutrient goals, your vitamins and minerals, everything else is fine. All right. So that's the basic way that we've structured this out. That's your cheat sheet. I hope that helps. If you all need more specific help when it comes to your actual meal plan and structuring that out, go ahead and order a customized meal plan from us. If you already have one, if you have specific questions about your meal plan, shoot us a message. If you need adjustments, changes, whatever it may be, we can help you out. But other than that, I hope that helped. See you all soon.